Hello, this is Anne Green, and welcome to We've Got Books. We're happy you've joined. This is the podcast that highlights writers and their Christian fiction books, along with conversations about all things writing. In addition to me, say hi to my co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Lana Newman-Cruzy.
Hi, I'm James Yarbrough.
We're airing this podcast from the bustling Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas, home to a lot of friendly folks, and where stars shine bright and the skies are not cloudy all day, and where we normally have a professional football team. But this year, I don't know. Okay, we won't go there. In We've Got Books, we also focus on getting to know authors and discover why we write books, because backstories are fascinating. We'll discuss fiction of different genres: suspense, romance, history, mystery, humor, women's fiction, and more. We got it all. Have you ever read a sensational book and wondered about the author who wrote it? How the genre and storyline were chosen, the plot envisioned, the characters created? We'll sit around the table, chatting, to get to know each author and how his book was created, from a dream to reality. Also, at times, we will delve into interesting writing topics, such as figures of speech, idioms, alliteration, and cliches. So sit back and enjoy this ride into the literary world. And today, Lana Newman-Cruzy is interviewing James.
Hello, this is Lana Newman-Cruzy. And James, thank you for joining us today on We've Got Books.
Well, thank you, Lana. I really appreciate the opportunity to be interviewed.
On an earlier broadcast, we learned a bit about you and your interest in writing collections of faith-based humor short stories. Is Have a Holly Jolly Session one of those?
Oh, you bet it is. It's my most recent book of humor and short stories. I've just finished it, and I'm thankful it has come out just in time for Christmas 2024. Like my other books of short stories, it deals with the life and times of a careful, professional Christian psychologist, Dr. Greg Chambers, his fresh off the farm, completely uninhibited, say anything assistant, Carol Kramer, and their madcap psychology practice.
Well, it already sounds good, Jim. Tell us what's so special about this book.
Well, Have a Holly Jolly Session contains 11 short stories set at Christmas time, and I have to say, they cover a huge variety of crazy happenings. There's a story about Greg imagining he's a 1950s private detective in San Francisco, and about how his make-believing colors his judgment in a real-life husband-wife counseling session he's conducting. There's another story about Greg and his old friend and fellow psychologist, Dr. Harry Newman, sponsoring a Christmas party at a nursing home where there's a notorious woman resident known as the Champagne Bat, and she fires devastating sarcasm at everyone. And then there's a story about Greg doing a simple last-minute Christmas Eve trip to the bargain mart to buy this little thing for his wife, Sherry, because she has to have it for Christmas. Only everything that can go wrong for Greg does go wrong. So if you like Christmas and you like to laugh, I think you'll like Have a Holly Jolly Session.
Well, Jim, that sounds like great fun. Can you give us a peek inside some of these stories?
I sure can. How about if I read some excerpts?
Yes, please do.
Well, this one is from a story entitled Christmas Past. We join Greg and Carol as they're trying to deal with Mr. Murrow. He's a patient who's had some sort of brain freeze about Christmas memories and is completely blanked out. Carol turned. What's going to happen to Mr. Murrow, Greg? Well, if we can't reach him with some positive memory of Christmas and counteract the freeze up, he'll stay slouched right there and continue to stare and drool. The night cleanup maid ain't going to like that, Greg. Gabriella can be a bear. No kidding. Look, Carol, what we have to do now is speak some positive messages to Mr. Murrow, which he may have experienced in that Christmas when he was 8 years old. We don't know exactly what positive messages he heard, but if we can identify the right one, he may snap out of it. I'll go first. I leaned toward the patient. Mr. Murrow, listen. It's Dr. Chambers. Whatever happened on Christmas when you were 8, just remember that day was a joyous one. It was and is about Jesus being born in Bethlehem. Oh, little town of Bethlehem. Good, Carol, I nodded. Go on singing. Carol proceeded to sing 5 verses in a variety of musical keys and tempos. Didn't work, Greg. What else you got in mind? Let's see. I'm guessing this might have been contemporaneous with Mr. Murrow at age 8. I coughed. Sorry about that, Chief. No reaction. Let's try this. Pa, I'll tell Hop Sing to put another plate out for dinner. No? Maybe this one. These are a few of my favorite things. Greg, this ain't working. We could do this all night with zero success. Why don't I call Herman? Lots of times as a kid, I seen my brother treat hogs who sort of had the shakes. Don't know why, but they'd get wide-eyed and slobber too, kind of like Mr. Murrow. Herman would take a fire hose and blast them with a sand water mix right in the snouts for 4 or 5 minutes. That was a surefire fix. End of excerpt, so you get the idea.
Oh, I love it, Jim, and I love Carol. She is a hoot. That was madcap, all right. How about another?
Okay, this excerpt is from a story entitled The French Confection. Coffee from Perlman Brothers was the best. Early, before my first patient of the day, I reclined in my office chair and let the rich aroma of the hot drink bathe my nostrils. I gripped the cup through the sleeve and smiled in satisfaction. A beautiful and crisp morning, Christmas carols softly playing on my phone, and a cup of excellent hot Java. What more could I ask for? Greg, wake up. My licensed therapy assistant, Carol, rammed into the office like a freight train. I started, my hand jerking the coffee cup and spilling some of the precious Perlman Brothers on my desk. Carol, tone it down, please. I'm coffeeing. I blotted the spill with a napkin and killed the carols. Listen, Greg, this is a grade A, number 1, 5-alarm emergency. You comprende? I grinned. What happened? Did your brother Herman forget to retrieve his socks from the pay washer again? Not even funny. Besides, he bought some new ones. But listen, my 4th cousin, twice removed on my mama's side, Jean-Claude Frachet, done did a very serious thing. You remember Jean-Claude, don't you, Greg? You mean he tried reading a cookbook? You're a barrel full of monkeys this morning, aren't you, Greg? You may remember he is a famous French chef, honored by the French Ministry of Culture and everything. How could I possibly forget that wonderful anniversary dinner he served Sherry and me? We washed dishes until the wee hours of the morning, after Jean-Claude got arrested, beating up his employee from Normandy, that is. Yep, those are the good old days. But now there's a counseling war between him and us. A counseling war? I chuckled. What are you saying? Like Jean-Claude is going to serve patients French food while they're being counseled? Carol stared blankly at me. That's exactly what I'm saying, Greg. End of excerpt. Got to read the story to see how that drama ends.
Great, Jim. I love it. I know I love John Claude and I love Carol. So put them together and you've got a win. Jim, come on, one more, please.
Okay, this is from a story entitled All is Calm, where Greg's finally at home after a hard day at the office with his family, enjoying Christmas Eve alone. But disasters keep cropping up. Ring! Sherry peeked at the caller ID. Oh, Greg, it's Harry Newman. He wouldn't call on Christmas Eve unless you need to take this. She shuffled toward me with a handset. Ring! Okay. I took the phone and punched the answer button. Harry, Merry Christmas. You do remember this is Christmas Eve, right? You know, a time for mellow making and family togetherness uninterrupted by others. Now, what's up? Chambers, I don't know what to do. Was that moaning, maybe even crying I heard from Dr. Curd-Mudgett himself? Harry? Harry, you sound really low. What's the matter? Empath that she was, Sherry drew closer, sat on the divan, and rested a hand on my shoulder, her brows knitting into a pulse of worry. It's Marge. I just don't know how to help her. I propelled myself off the couch. Harry, listen. Hang up and call 911. Or better idea, Sherry can call 911 on her cell. You stay on the line with me and no, no, Chambers, that won't help. She, shocked. I stared at Sherry and shook my head. Harry, you need to pull yourself together and Chambers, I called you because you're the only one that can help. Me? The only one who can. You remember last Christmas Eve when you and Sherry were over? Marge misplaced the master key to the Christmas tree lights, and you found it and placed it in a special place so we wouldn't lose it again. So, Harry, what are you doing worrying about Christmas lights at a time like this? Your wife is fighting for her life. She needs your help, so you need silence. Harry, do you hear me? I glared at Sherry. Chambers, you do know how to blow some things out of proportion, don't you? What do you mean, Harry? We got to get Marge to the hospital. Chambers, Marge is down on her hands and knees trying to find out where you hid that confounded key. Now she's worked herself up into quite a snit, and you know what a bear she can be when she's in snit mode. So you got to tell me, where's the dumb key? Deflated, I fell onto the couch and the tray of the fireplace tools. Marge, the fireplace tools. Yeah, I know. He put it in a crazy place, but it's there. Okay, Chambers, that takes care of that. Go back to sharing your cold cocoa now. And Merry Christmas. Click. End of that excerpt. So there's plenty more crazy Christmas Eve angst in that story.
Oh, stupendous, Jim. That was great. So where can readers find this book of Christmas short stories?
Well, my book again is entitled Have a Holly Jolly Session, Christmas Time with Dr. Greg Chambers. To find it, just do a search for Amazon Books or go to Amazon.com and enter the title Have a Holly Jolly Christmas by James Yarbrough. 11 short stories of laughs, joy, and head-scratching surprises. Or you can visit my website, JamesYarbroughAuthor.com. That's James Yarbrough, Yarbrough, author.com. And find the link to purchase the book there. Plus, while at my website, you can sign up for my free periodic newsletter to stay in touch with me and my writing.
Thank you, Lana and James, for a fun look into Have a Holly Jolly Session. This is Anne Green saying that's all the time we have for today. On our next We've Got Books podcast, we'll hear from Lana Cruzy about her book, Just Call Me Scrumptious. In the meantime, we'd love to hear from you about comments you might have on the podcast and ideas for new guests to interview. You can email us at wevegotbooks33@gmail.com. That's WEVEGOTBOOKS 33@gmail.com. This is Anne Green. And for Lana Cruzy and James Yarbrough, I wish you a wonderful week and enjoy reading.